Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Red Raven football here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Today's game will be a battle between Bethel College Junior Varsity Threshers and your number one in the nation, Coffeyville Red Ravens. My name is Chase Owen.
And my name is Alex Sanchez. The weather for today's game is a cool 79 degrees with the wind blowing south at 16 miles per hour. The number one Coffeyville Red Ravens come into today's contest riding a 6-game winning streak.
The Red Raven offense is currently ranked 5th in the nation with a scoring average of 54.2 points per game.
And next up, for the number one ranked Red Ravens will be a home game against the number 3 nationally ranked Butler Grizzlies.
Today's game is brought to you by Red Raven TV as well as Thornton Graphics. And as we get settled here into kickoff and kick return, Alex, what is going to be the key factors in today's game?
Key factors in today's game for Coffeyville is how well our defense can play. For Bethel, it's going to be how well they can run the ball. I don't think they'll be passing a lot, but I think it's going to be a run game for Bethel. And they're going to start kickoff here.
Up to kick for Bethel is number 31.
Looks like he's either going to onside or sky kick the ball.
And here comes the kick.
And it's a sky kick.
With a fair catch called there around the 30-yard line, Ravens will have possession in their own territory. So, Alex, as a kicker, why would somebody go for a sky kick this early into the game?
Well, maybe their kicker can't boot it far, and so they want to avoid getting a good return from the Red Ravens offense. So they're going to kick it high with a lot of hang time, so they'll have to fair catch it, and they can stop them there.
Well, here comes the Red Raven offense that's been prolific so far this season, being one of the top-ranked offenses in the entire country.
And at quarterback is number 16, Matt Jones.
With the snap, Matt Jones hands it off. With the ball running, he's able to gain a few yards. That's number 21, Malik Veal on the carry.
A gain of 5 yards.
Same formation. Jones takes a snap.
Oh,
a fumble, a little accident in the backfield. As Jones is able to jump on the ball deep into the backfield. A little miscommunication there between him and his center.
You know, the center's been struggling a little bit this year. He's had a couple high snaps, but he's getting into the groove of things.
And now with the third and long play, Red Ravens in their deep in their own territory. With the snap, drops back. Fires it towards the middle. As he's brought down there by a host of Thrashers. That's number 13.
Malik Stanley. And it's going to be fourth down, and they're going to be forced to punt. And up to punt is number 29, Devin Anktil.
As he gets ready to kick, one of the biggest things about Coffeyville's offense is their monster of a receiving core with different players like Cedric Wilson, Alfonso Anuar, Jawan Winfrey, and Trevor Nolmes. And even with the backups that they have, you even saw out there those people, the person that just made that catch. But now as we get settled into punt, here's Devin Anktil.
And Devin Anktil with a short punt. We're usually not familiar with this type of punt. He's a really good punter. He can get a lot of yards off of this.
And that's going to roll out around the 50-yard line. It'll now be Bethel ball right in Red Raven territory. At quarterback for Bethel, it'll be number 14, Charles Johnson. Set up in an I formation. Hands off to the running back.
And a flag on the play.
Number 28, Marquise Burnley on the carry. With the flag of the play, we'll see what the man in the white hat has to say. Looks to be offsides against Bethel. Going to back them up 5 yards. excuse me, that's not an offsides call. That's going to be a call that's going to force him, push him back about 10 yards from the spot. It'll now be 1st and long for Bethel. With Johnson with an ace formation. Hands it off again. As the pile keeps moving, that's Marquise Burnley on the carry. He's able to gain a few yards off that carry.
Looks like they're going to be running the ball quite a few times this game.
And Bethel's definitely a team that's known for its running game, not so much into its passing game. So you'll definitely be seeing different runs up the middle as well as to the outside.
Definitely.
With the running back like Burnley, you'll see quite a lot of action out of him today. In an ace formation, Johnson takes a snap, drops back, fires it off to the left side. As the reception is good there. Made by number 87, Brent Hazelwood. He's able to gain a few yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for Bethel.
See if they can get creative here. Got a couple yards before they can get first down.
They might take more advantage of that passing game off that one play.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to pass. Got 2 receivers on the outside.
Johnson under the center. Takes a snap, drops back. It's going to be a pass out.
Oh!
As it's batted away there. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Now brings up 4th and long for Bethel. Around the 50-yard line.
And that was batted away by number 2, Alfonso Anwar.
Looks like Bethel's going to punt. As they're going to keep everything close intact on their punt formation.
And back to receive is going to be Toyce Avery.
Punt is up.
And it's out of bounds.
The Red Ravens will get the ball around the 29-yard line.
You know, I think the reason they punted it out of bounds was because they didn't want the Red Raven offense to get a good return off of it. So the best thing they can do is just punt it out of bounds.
Especially with Toyce Avery jumping back there.
Definitely.
He's been having a prolific game on defense, even with the start of the season against Iowa Western with a pick six and multiple interceptions.
Yeah.
And today, viewers, if you've probably noticed, our regular quarterback Riley Ferguson isn't in play, but we see Matt Jones dropping back in shotgun formation, takes the ball and fires it to the right side. It's number 15 with the ball, dances around, still on his feet as he's moving. He's breaking towards the middle of the field.
And Terry Wright is brought down at the 50-yard line.
Terry Wright there, able to gain about 20 yards on that carry, on that reception.
Terry's been having good games recently.
Terry definitely contributes to the monster of the wide receiving core that they have. And now with the ball running up the field, that's Malik Veal. He's got open room.
He's gone. 20, 10, 5,
touchdown, Red Ravens. That touchdown made possible by Malik Veal. Able to gain approximately 50 yards on the carry.
And on to kick is going to be number 43, Michael Persley.
Quickly putting up 6 points up on the board. We'll see what Michael Persley has to do here.
You know, Devin Anktel used to kick, but now he's holding for Michael Persley, and Anktel's not going to be focusing on kickoffs and punts. Persley, sophomore, returning sophomore kicker.
As he gets set up. Kick is up.
And
it's
kick
no good. It's going to be 6-0 for Coffeyville here. As we saw that replay, that run by Malik Veal. See him dancing all around the field and able to dodge multiple tackles as he gets into the end zone. Coffeyville already with a prolific game, now leading 6-0. And as they get set up here for kickoff, what's Bethel going to have to do on JV, Alex, on defense here?
Bethel's JV defense is going to have to just play their hearts out. I mean, they're playing the number 1 team in the nation at the JUCO level. I don't know. What do you think?
I think the biggest thing that the defense is going to have to do is that really contain or really wrap up on defense, because there was multiple tackles that was just broken off just by as simply as just not wrapping up. And you can't do that to players like Terry Wright and Malik Veal, who can just shove people off of them as they're running.
Oh, no, give Terry a little bit of room, and he's gone. He's a great player.
And now as we see number 29, Devin Ankdill, up to kick. We'll see what Coffeyville special team has planned here.
Ankdill with the kick. And
it's going to be a little squib kick as Bethel falls on the ball there at the 43-yard line.
And looks like Bethel's offense will set up shop at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10 for Bethel. We'll see what the running game has planned here with Marquise Burnley. But even with a couple of passes that Bethel's had, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to their passing game.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just going to mention. I feel like they're going to be passing a lot this series.
And that's been one of the fallen parts of Coffeyville, is that they haven't been as strong in the defensive passing game as they have been in the running game.
Yeah.
In an I formation. Takes a snap, hands it off to Burnley.
Flag on the play.
Burnley and company just shoving everybody down. As there is a flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be on the...
It's going to be called against the defense.
Holding.
Now brings up 1st and 5 for the Bethel Thrashers.
And on defense, Coffeyville has a lot of key players, such as number 1, Jamarcus King, out of Mobile, Alabama. Was committed to Auburn, but then decommitted. And then we have Brendan Autry, committed to the University of Florida.
Absolutely.
So we have a couple of key players on Red Ravens defense.
Absolutely. And players like Jamarcus King last year made second team All-American honors.
Along with Dominique Reed, which actually played yesterday against Alabama, plays for Arkansas and had a touchdown.
Very good game there for Dominique. As we get back to this game, it's 1st and 10 for Bethel after a penalty was thrown. Now set up in I formation. Charles Johnson wins the ball, hands it off to the fullback as he's met there at the line and stopped there by the defensive line.
You know, it's going to be a tough game for Bethel JV, but they just got to stick with it. And their defense has to have a lot of stops to not let Coffeyville's offense score a lot today's game.
And one thing to note for Bethel's JV, not a lot of NAIA schools have JV teams, and so this is some of them over there on their sideline. This is some of their first games to be playing right now in a college environment. Now in ace formation, Charles Johnson under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off to the running back as he's met there at the line.
And, you know, Bethel's JV team is a very young team with only 6 sophomores on the team, and the rest are freshmen, so it's a young team.
In the conference that Bethel's playing in, you got teams like Southwestern College as well as Kansas Wesleyan University, and those people is like that's a tough college already, and they've come off their game as of last night.
Yeah.
You can see that some of them may be even tired in today's game. Back in ace formation. Under center takes a snap, drops back for the pass. Dropping deep.
And throws it out of bounds. Smart, safe play.
He's going to keep it at 3rd and 10. Or 4th and 10. Now it's going to bring out special teams for the Red Ravens.
Warwick Marsh was about to sack the quarterback there. Good idea just to throw it away.
Now 4th and 10 for Bethel. Sending out their punt team. Toya Savory back deep for the Red Ravens.
And I have a feeling they're going to punt out of bounds again. But that's just my feeling.
And the kick is up.
And it's out of bounds.
Not hesitating, just like he said. You can't give people like Toya Savory with the ball. They'll run. Toya Savory is one of those players that will run all over the place with it.
Yep. Bethel's just playing it smart and safe.
That'll now bring up 1st and 10 for the Red Ravens on the 46-yard line. Currently, Kansas City, for NFL update, is currently leading Chicago 14-3. For all you Chiefs fans out there and watching. Matt Jones back in shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Fakes a handoff. Sends it to the left side. Heading down the left side of the field as he's dancing around there and eventually brought out there. And that seems to be number 13, Malik Stanley on the reception. Now hands it off.
Terry Wright runs into a couple of his players and is brought down.
It's going to be a loss of yards there. Coffeyville playing a hurry-up offense, keeping Bethel on their toes with 3 men out to the right side. Jones takes a snap.
Terry.
Hands it off. That's Terry right on the carry. He's got room. Finds the open gap, and he's gone. To the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Red Ravens.
And just like you were talking about earlier, you give Terry, you give Toyce a little bit of room, and they're gone.
And a big thing for Bethel coming into this game is that they have to wrap up and they have to hold on to those players because you give weak arm tackles to people like Malik Veal and Stanley, they're going to shove them off and they're going to keep running.
Yep. And Persley on with another attempt at a PAT. And they're missing one play on special teams. Isaiah Smith.
Michael Persley gets set up to kick. See if he can't capitalize on it. The kick is up. And it's good. Coffeyville now leads 13-0. Now, and as it gets set up for kickoff, we're going to take a break. You're watching Red Raven TV here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome back, viewers, as we get set up here for kickoff. And everything gets underway. Today's game is brought to you by Thornton Graphics. If you're in the southeast Kansas area and you need T-shirts made or vinyl put on your car, visit Thornton Graphics here down in Caney, Kansas.
And it looks like the wind has picked up a little bit. Jamarcus King having to hold the ball on the tee so it won't fall down for kicker Devin Ankdale.
Now the kick is up and it's sent downfield. Bethel with the ball. Immediately running to the right side of the field. He's going to be knocked out of bounds there around the 30-yard line. That tackle made possible by Alex Brown for Coffeyville. It's now going to bring up 1st and 10 for Bethel on the 30-yard line. As we get set back up here. Johnson under center in an ace formation. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Burnley. Burnley met hard there at the defensive line.
By number 58, Kanan Clark.
Now it's going to, with the loss of yards there, it's now going to bring up 2nd and 11 for Bethel. One thing that Bethel might go into is that their passing offense has done a whole lot better than their rushing game.
Yeah. I feel like they can capitalize more on their passing game, although they have one of the top cornerbacks in the nation. The Red Ravens do, Jamarcus King. So,
and with a run there by Burnley, he's able to gain some yards there, now bringing up about 3rd and 5. Here for 3rd and 5, and as time ticks away, we'll see if Bethel's able to punch it in for a first down. Back in I formation. Takes a snap, drops back, fires it. It's going to be tipped there, and it's going to be sent out of bounds, as it's going to be an incomplete pass there for Bethel.
Looks like they're going to be forced to punt. And I feel like they're going to punt it out of bounds one more time.
As Johnson's there for the punt. Sends the ball downfield. It's a high punt. As it bounces out of bounds there. Johnson having to play quarterback and punter there for Bethel. Now gives Coffeyville the ball on the 32-yard line. Coffeyville's defense is definitely doing a really good job of shutting Bethel down before big gains are made.
Yeah. And Coffeyville will set up shop at the 37-yard line. At the 32-yard line, I'm sorry.
Which brings back out quarterback Matt Jones, who right now has 22 yards on the day with two completions. Now in shotgun formation, with Ladarius Johnson to his left side. Sends man in motion. Drops back. As the runner's going to be down there. He's able to get the first down there for Coffeyville. Now is number 22 on the carry, Carroll Williams. As one of those plays that you really haven't heard this season. But now as Matt Jones takes a snap, hands it off to Ladarius Johnson. He's able to dodge a couple tackles and eventually gains around 6 or 7 yards. Coffeyville not wasting any time with 3 men out to the right side. Takes a snap. Sends to the left side as
Khalil Austin with the reception.
Brought down there by a host of Threshers. Now bringing up 3rd and short.
Oh. Wasn't able to get the ball by Carroll Williams. Dropped the ball there.
Just off of his fingertips, and will now bring 4th and 1 for the Ravens.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Takes a snap. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson has room. Brought down there by number 18 of Bethel, Brian Thomas. Coffeyville's able to get the first down, and now into Bethel territory. Takes a snap.
And high throw by Matt Jones.
It's going to be an incomplete pass intended for number 22, Carroll Williams. Now brings up 2nd and 10 for Coffeyville.
Matt Jones was the 3rd-string quarterback and was forced to step up after 2nd-string quarterback Cole was injured and was out for 4 weeks.
Now with Ladarius Johnson out to the left side. Kicks it into another gear, and he has room to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Ravens. Ladarius Thompson very well proving himself in today's game.
And with 5 minutes left, in the first quarter.
It's now 19-0 for Coffeyville.
Hopefully we can make it 20.
As they bring out the PAT team.
Chris Myers with a snap. Persley with a kick, and it is no good.
As we flash to instant replay real quick, we'll see Ladarius Johnson on that carry as he's able to break tackles and move out to the left side, noticing the room that he has, and just kicks it into another gear and just driving and just rushing all the way to the touchdown. And as we get settled here for kickoff, Alex, I'm sure that you can agree with me that the Jayhawk conference that the Red Ravens playing is by far probably the toughest conference in the entire nation.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They have lots of ranked teams. Just to name a few, they have number 3 Butler in their conference. They have number 15 Dodge City. They have Hutch, who started the year at number 3 and is still a worthy opponent that kept the ranked teams on their toes. And they have Fort Scott, which is one of the most prolific running games in the entire nation. So those are just a few teams to mention, but definitely a hard conference. And, of course, they have number 1 Coffeyville.
And of course, it's like viewers for this weekend, Coffeyville will be playing number 3 Butler and be one of the closest games this entire season. As Devin Ankel's up to kick and launches it downfield. The ball's fumbled around there a little bit.
And the Ravens recover it.
Recovers it right in the red zone. It's now going to give Coffeyville 1st and 10, very close to the end zone. What a great kick there by Devin Ankel.
Yeah, those are the type of kicks he's usually known for. At the beginning of the game, he was, kicking it a little bit. Not as well as he usually can, but now after this kick, I feel like he's going to get back into the rhythm of things.
Now 1st and 10, bringing back out Matt Jones. Looks like he's going to have number 24, Armin McRae, on right behind him. As he takes a snap, hands it off. McRae with some open room. And just gets tackled there at the shoelaces.
Looks like they're going to be hurry-up offense again.
Hands it off again. McRae with the ball.
Ooh.
Slips up there a little on the turf.
No gain.
Now brings up 3rd and short. Coffeyville not wasting any time. Takes a snap, hands it off. McRae with the ball.
And 3rd time's a charm.
Touchdown, Ravens. Coffeyville already with 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
It's first quarter.
Which now makes the score 25-0. We'll see what Persley has to do here for the PAT.
Chris Myers with the snap.
The kick is up. And it's good. Coffeyville now leads 26-0. As the score continues to drive up, we're going to take a time out here. You're watching Red Raven TV here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome back, everyone, as we get settled here into kickoff. Looks like Devin Ankel is going to give the leadway here for his special teams.
And Jamarcus once again having to hold for kickoff. The wind's blowing pretty fierce against kicker Devin Ankel.
As he sets off to kick. Boots it downfield. It's going to land around the 6-yard line. And as the returner's brought down there just right before the 25. That was number 25 on the return. The Sean Simmons.
Straight out of El Paso, Texas.
Which will now bring Bethel 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. With Johnson under center in I formation. Takes a snap. Hands it off.
And brought down by a swarm of Red Ravens.
With a very small gain there, he'll now bring up 2nd and approximately 8 yards. One thing that we can really say about today's game is that Coffeyville's defense being very, very successful at the front of the line.
Definitely, and I mean the first couple of series with players like I mentioned committed to Division I schools, it would be hard for Bethel JV, but it's doable.
With a penalty on the play, it's going to be a false start against the offense, which is going to back them up about 5 yards.
You know, Bethel's struggling a little bit, but I feel like they need to get just into the rhythm of things. And once they get 2 or 3 good plays, I feel like they're going to get in the rhythm of things, and they'll start doing better right now.
And the most successful that their offense has been is through the air, as they've been able to gain more yards through the air than they have on the ground.
Definitely.
Now in ace formation, Johnson takes a snap, hands it off to Burnley, who's brought down in the backfield. Brought down there by number 58.
Kanan Clark.
It's now 3rd and 15 for the Threshers.
Chase, what do you do on this play? What are you thinking?
For me, I would go to the air. That's pretty much the only bet that you can really have for a long gain, and that's where Bethel's been more prolific on the offense game than they have running the ball. But just as much as you can go through the air, you can fake out and just go for a wide sweep with the running back.
Yeah.
As he drops back and hands it off to the middle. Defense not wasting any time as they shut him down early at the line of scrimmage. Now bringing out the special teams for the Red Ravens.
Looks like Carol Williams on the backfield to receive, but they've punted it 3 times out of bounds. Let's see if they'll go 4 times out of bounds. Have a feeling they will.
As Dickie Rolls is giving Williams the direction to go. And that'll be number 14, Charles Johnson on the for the punt here.
Number 14 also being the quarterback, right?
Absolutely. And he hasn't had a bad game today except for the one incomplete pass that he's had.
Yeah.
And with the high kick there, not sent very far. It looks like the height got the more advantage than the length.
Yep. And it looks like Bethel JV does not have a designated punter or kicker, so that also has an effect.
That's definitely going to put play a disadvantage against them.
Yep.
As now bringing up 1st and 10 for the Red Ravens on the 28-yard line. NFL update for your Chiefs fans is Kansas City
Chiefs
currently leads 17-3 with the snap to the left side. A screen out there for the wide receivers.
And he's gone.
Was an open room and now into the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. That touchdown made there by number 80, Jawan Potts. How deep does the receiving corps go for the Red Ravens?
Oh, no. It's amazing. Jawan Potts is a really good receiver. He's a third-string receiver. And if a third-string receiver can do this, imagine what a first-string receiver can do against Bethel JV.
Absolutely. The monster of the receiving corps for the Red Ravens is huge. I mean, you have certain players like Cedric Wilson and Onyewar and Winfrey, even Nolmes, who plays tight end, just continuing to basically lead this offense.
Yeah, and the PAT is once again no good by Michael Persley. It looks like he's having a bad day on PATs.
And as we get settled here for kickoff, we're going to head to commercial. You're watching Red Raven TV here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome back, viewers, as we get settled here into kickoff. Devin Ankdale up to kick for the Red Ravens, who's had a pretty good day here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The wind looks like it went against Devin Ankdale as the ball is placed down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he was going for a pooch kick. It seems like it. Maybe he wasn't, but it seemed because of the wind and because of the height of the kick, it looks like he was going for a pooch kick. But either way, Bethel JV is going to be setting up shop at the 29-yard line.
One thing that we can absolutely both agree on is that the stats for the nation is that for Coffeyville, you have certain players like Riley Ferguson and Cedric Wilson and Alfonso Anuar definitely playing a key role for the Red Ravens this season.
Definitely. And I'm not trying to look too far ahead, but next week when they play Butler, I think they're going to be key factors in the Butler game.
Riley Ferguson being the third in nation in passing yards as well as yards per game, and also for touchdowns, and he's second in the nation in completions at an 82.6 percentage.
And he's also gotten Player of the Week honors 4 times in a row.
And then you have his wide receivers like Cedric Wilson and Alfonso Anuar. Alfonso is number 5 in receptions, closely following Cedric Wilson, who's number 3 in receptions.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to know that Riley Ferguson, straight out of North Carolina, Mint Hill, came from the University of Tennessee. Sat out 1 year, came to Coffeyville, and I'm sure he has big things on the way.
For the handoff to Burnley, he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage there and pushed back there. It'll be 2nd and 8 again for the Bethel Threshers. You know, Riley Ferguson's story is actually very interesting about how he had to sit out 1 year in the SEC at Tennessee and then having to take a step back and come to Coffeyville as he had to earn his spot onto the team.
Definitely. And stepping back and coming to Coffeyville isn't actually a bad thing because Coffeyville is a really good team. It's ranked in the nation really well. So
absolutely. He's gone from Tennessee where he really didn't get getting any playing time, and now he's starting for the number 1 JUCO team in the nation.
Definitely. So I feel like he has big things on the way coming for him in the future. But for now, we've reached the end of first quarter, and it's second quarter. The Red Ravens leading 32-0.
And as we switch quarters and get on to different sides of the field, you're watching Red Raven TV here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back, fans. As you see, tackle there on the play, it's going to be a short there for Bethel. Now bringing up 4th and long for the Threshers.
Looks like they're going to be forced to punt once more. And I feel like they're going to punt it out of bounds again.
Wouldn't be surprised as the defense for the Threshers hasn't been very been very good for today, not with weak arm tackles and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised just to kick it out of bounds again as they've done before.
And, another factor, like you said earlier, was the fact that they played a game yesterday. And, they might be tired from that. But trying to stop the number one team in the nation is going to be a hard task for any team.
Mm-hmm. And now there's going to be a false start against the punting team, which is going to back them up 5 yards. It'll be 4th and longer for the Threshers.
Looks like special teams is having a hard time on both sides of the opponents.
Now that gives Johnson another turn to kick.
Into the wind.
He's kicking into the wind as he takes a snap.
And does not kick it out of bounds.
As the wind goes to play against him. Bethel's going to down the ball at the 37-yard line. It'll now give Coffeyville 1st and 10 in Bethel territory. As we see Matt Jones and company about to come onto the field. Now Matt Jones in shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Hands it off. As the running back bounces to the left side. A flag on the play there, but that's number 27 on the carry. Javon Williams. With a good gain, we'll see what call is on the play. It's going to be a holding call against the Red Ravens. It's going to back him up 10 yards. It's going to bring up 1st and 20 for the Red Ravens. We'll see what Coach Mirando, as he's the offensive coordinator, has planned here.
Coach Mirando, a very intelligent man when it comes to football.
There are very few people that I've ever met that have such a high passion for the game as Mirando does.
Definitely, very enthusiastic guy, to say the least.
Matt Jones takes a snap, fakes a handoff, now to the left side. That's number 9 dodging a tackle. That's Cole Murphy.
Cole Murphy, actually a quarterback, the second-string quarterback playing wide receiver.
Not doing too bad there as he's able to gain about 7 yards on the play.
Cole Murphy straight out of Olathe, Kansas, from Olathe North. Johnson County.
Represent. Now as we get settled back here, Matt Jones in the backfield as he gets a call there from his coaches, Travis Young and Jared Smith on the sideline.
It's interesting. Cole Murphy had been practicing in practice as a wide receiver, but I didn't actually think he was going to play at a wide receiver position today's game.
Well, now we get to see him and see how versatile he is as an athlete. Matt Jones takes a snap, hands it back out to Murphy.
Oh, and slips.
Murphy falls short, but he's able to gain the first down there for the Red Ravens. Now bringing up 1st and 10 close to the red zone. On the 23-yard line, we'll see what the plan is here for the Red Ravens. See what Coach Flores has up his sleeve. Takes a snap. Hands it off to number 27. As he's got room. 27, Javon Williams there on the carry. He's close to the first down marker, but he looks to come a little short. He's going to be 2nd and short there for the Red Ravens. With Williams in the backfield in shotgun formation. Jones takes the snap. Hands it off to Williams. Williams finds open room. Punches it up the middle and scores for the Red Ravens. What an impressive run there by Williams.
Definitely strong running back at 5'10", 215. It's going to be kind of hard to stop him.
As he's able to punch it up to the middle. We're going to get set here for the PAT. Michael Pursley up to kick.
See if he can get back in rhythm.
With the snap, the kick is up.
Kick is good.
It's good there for Michael Pursley. And now we're going to flash back to this replay. As you can see, Williams taking the ball, finding that gap right there and punching it right there in between those tacklers and able to skip into the end zone.
Great play, great run.
Again, it's just those weak arm tackles that's playing against Bethel in tonight's event, which now is going to bring up a kickoff. The score currently is 39-0 here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. One thing that we might mention here is the amount of players that come from Coffeyville and even through this year's NFL draft.
Oh, definitely. Martrell Spite and A.J. Derby were selected in the 2015 NFL draft. Martrell Spite being a Red Raven in 2012, as well as A.J. Derby. So,
both of them played for Arkansas University, where Dominique Reed is right now.
Definitely. And as a freshman in 2011, Spate recorded 101 tackles, 9 tackles for loss for 22 yards, 1.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and a forced fumble.
With a huge kick downfield and landing in the end zone. Devin Ankdale with a huge boot there.
Definitely. Those are the type of kicks we're used to seeing by Devin Ankdale. The wind also playing a factor, but I've known Devin for a long time now, and I know he has a pretty strong leg.
Definitely proving into his favor. It'll now bring up 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for the Bethel Thrashers.
Let's see how well Bethel can do setting up shop at the 25-yard line.
As offense gets settled into motion, we'll see what head coach Morris Lawler has planned here for the Bethel JV team. In shotgun formation, this is a different formation for them. With the snap, hands it off to Burnley. Burnley goes up the middle and is able to gain a few yards.
Looks like he's able to gain about 8 yards.
A different formation. Definitely what head coach Morris Lawler is now progressing his game. Let's see what else he has planned in for this drive.
I'm thinking they're going to pass the ball. I don't think they're going to run it again.
Switch it up, maybe play against the Coffeyville's weak spots.
Yep. And it looks like Coffeyville has put in their second-string defense players out there.
Back in shotgun formation. Takes a snap, and there's going to be flags on the field. It's going to be called against Bethel.
False start.
There's going to be a delay game call. But as that backs him up about 5 yards, it's now going to bring up 2nd and 9 for Bethel. Back in shotgun formation. Now 2nd and 9 for Bethel. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Burnley again. Who's brought down there at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like no gain.
Brought down by number 94, DeAndre Spires. Now 3rd and 9 for the Threshers. We'll see what happens here. As they're in shotgun formation, 2 men out to each side. We'll see what Charles Johnson has planned here. As he takes a snap. Fakes a handoff, and on the read option, he's got room, and he's brought down there as he's able to gain about 5 yards on the carry.
Was able to fake out a couple players there. I don't think the Red Raven defense was expecting that read option play.
And the read option play is a very good play for most teams. You see teams like in the NCAA, like Auburn that's used it for when they had Cam Newton, and you see Marcus Mariota as the success of last year.
Definitely.
And now that's being played in today's game.
Bethel JV. Looks like they're going to be forced to punt, unfortunately.
Back to receive for the Red Ravens is number 22, Carol Williams.
And out of bounds. Uh-oh.
The wind playing a factor here. And that punt is going to be brought up short there.
Looks like it was a very short punt.
The wind definitely proving a factor in today's game. That'll now, as that will give Coffeyville 1st and 10 around the 26-yard line. And back to those players that were that got drafted this year, we saw how Spate was drafted by the New England Patriots, as well as Derby was drafted. I believe he was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals.
And both of them coming out of the University of Arkansas.
Definitely doing proving good things coming out of Arkansas and Coffeyville Community College.
It looks like Cole Murphy's now back at quarterback after playing a series of wide receiver.
Hands it off to a man in jet sweep as he's able to score. Oh, no. He was knocked out of bounds there just before the touchdown. Number 30 on the carry there. That was
Khalil Austin.
It'll now bring up 1st and goal there for the Red Ravens, but yet another impressive run there. Austin's definitely put them in good position.
Cole Murphy ready for the snap.
Snap is made. Hands it off to Johnson.
Oh!
Fumble on the play.
And it's recovered.
Looks like a lineman was there to recover the ball. That ball recovered there by number
76, Jalen Lawler. O-line, straight out of Arkansas City, Kansas.
As he's able to gain a yard for the Red Ravens. Now it brings up 2nd and goal. Close to the end zone for the Red Ravens.
Cole Murphy.
Takes a snap. Hands it off.
And Cole Murphy runs with the ball.
It's going to be a touchdown for the Red Ravens.
His first touchdown of the season for Cole Murphy. You know, his first game coming back from that shoulder injury, he was out for 4 weeks, so it's a great way to come back.
Definitely putting points up on the board for the Red Ravens.
And let's see if Pursley can capitalize on this.
Pursley with the kick. It's up. And it's good. With the PAT being good, and the score is now 46-0 here at Veteran Memorial Stadium. As we look at this instant replay, we see Cole Murphy on the read option there, able to score there for the Red Ravens.
Both teams throwing in a little bit of read option plays. Saw it from Bethel JV first, and now Red Ravens.
One thing that we might mention here is that the Red Ravens' progression through the rankings this season, they started off the season at number 10, and then a victory against Iowa Western took them to number 6. And then they moved up to number 4. Then with the week after Hutchison's fall to defeat, which carried the Ravens to number 3.
And then Nassau would go on to lose, putting Coffeyville at number 2. And after a major upset to Copiah Lincoln, Coffeyville Community College would then get 6 out of 9 committee votes to be ranked as the number 1 team in the nation.
The other 3 votes on that committee was handed to Butler, so both Jayhawk Conference teams getting both of the rankings there.
And as you said, very hard conference that Coffeyville Community College plays in.
Devin Anctila with a kick up. It's sent far again.
Touchback one more time.
Which is going to give the ball to the Bethel Threshers at the 20-yard line. Or excuse me, the 25-yard line.
Got a good special teams unit this year, coached by Coach Clevenger. Was a graduate assistant at North Texas University before coming here.
Who's absolutely done a very good job this year with multiple touchdowns made in the special teams this year for Coffeyville.
Lots of returns for touchdown on punt.
Now back in shotgun formation. See what Bethel has planned here. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Burnley. Burnley brought down there as he's able to gain about 2 yards on the carry. Brought down there by number 87, Connor Kagi. Now with 2nd and 7. Still in shotgun formation with 2 men out to each side. Johnson takes a snap to the right side with the pass. Knocked out of bounds there. That's number 80.
Number 20, Drew Lewis. Drew Lewis is coming back from an injury. He hurt his thumb, so he's coming back from an injury, and Drew Lewis has a brother on the team, Troy Lewis. Twins, so we'll see how Drew Lewis is doing. It's a good game to come back to.
As a 1st and 10 there was made there for Bethel there. And now as Bethel goes to make its way downfield. Gets a play from the huddle. Now back in shotgun formation, 2 men out to each side.
Flag on the play.
It's going to look like to be another delay of game against Bethel. Well, right before the delay, they called a timeout, and so as they take a timeout, we're going to take one as well. You're watching the Red Raven TV here at Coffeyville Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome back, viewers, as we get settled up here. It's 1st and 10 for Bethel on the 35-yard line. With the snap, hands it off to Burnley.
And attacked by a swarm of Red Ravens there.
As the Ravens are there to put Burnley on his skates, it looks like that it's going to be a loss of down there for Bethel. Now bringing up 2nd and 11 there.
No comments. Did people actually comment? Oh, yeah. What did they say? All kinds of stuff. Anything? No.
As Johnson runs to the huddle, gives it the play. We'll see what head coach Morris Lawler has planned here. 2 men out to each side, again in shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Fakes a handoff to Burnley.
Oh, and Drew Lewis with the missed sack.
Now as the quarterback's on the run, Johnson there. Stretches out there for a gain of about 6 yards. This now brings up 3rd and 5. Which brings them closer. We'll see what Bethel has planned here. This shotgun formation has definitely proven to Bethel's advantage as they've been able to finally move the ball here later into the 2nd quarter. Taking the snap. Fakes another read option and now diving for yards. Let's see, will the ball be placed? Looks like he's there to gain another 1st and 10 for the Threshers.
Good play. Risky play, but it was a good play.
Third down conversion there for the Bethel Threshers.
Let's see if they can get the rhythm going back. Maybe this is the beginning of the comeback.
Now 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line. Two men out to each side. Johnson takes a snap, drops back for a pass. Looks like he's going to take it and run with it.
Oh, dodging a couple players there.
Is able to move the chains once again for Bethel.
Looks like they're starting to get into the rhythm.
Finally figuring out the weak spots of Coffeyville's defense. Now 1st and 10 for Bethel JV on the 44-yard line. Johnson directing his team. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Burnley. Burnley runs up the middle and is met at the line of scrimmage. Brought down there by Alex Brown. Coffeyville's defensive line has definitely proven their worth in today's game.
Definitely. I mean, yeah. Lots of stops by the defense, but see if we can get a stop here. 2nd down.
Containing the outside has definitely been Coffeyville's weak point here, as the read option has definitely been working in Bethel's favor. Takes a snap. Johnson to the right side. As the pass is completed there, and swarm of Ravens bringing down the receiver. That's number 80 for Bethel. Brent Hazelwood. Now bringing up 3rd and 2. We'll see what the Red Ravens defense does here. Back in shotgun formation. 3 men out to the right side.
False start.
Drops back, fires to the right side. And the reception is good. What an impressive catch there.
Unfortunately for the Red Ravens, there was a false start.
That's number 11 there.
For Bethel.
It's going to be 1st and goal for Bethel's JV on the 1-yard line. What an impressive catch there.
Definitely. I don't know if we can see a replay on that, but that catch was amazing. Reminded me of the Odell Beckham catch. Did you see that?
Absolutely. How could you not see that catch? That catch was amazing. Now as we get settled back here in shotgun formation, Johnson takes a snap. He's going to run with it.
It's going to be stopped.
He's going to run into the line of scrimmage and brought down there. 2nd and goal for Bethel. We'll see if Coffeyville is able to make a goal line stance here.
I have a feeling they should.
Now switching up back into ace formation with Johnson under center. Deliberating there with his running back. Johnson with the snap. With some miscommunication in the backfield. Burnley was there on the carry. He looks like he's not going to be able to punch it into the end zone just on that play, which brings out 3rd down.
See if we can get a stop here by the Red Ravens.
And I formation. Takes a snap. Johnson with the ball.
And that's going to be...
He's got a touchdown for Bethel. That touchdown there by Charles Johnson. Able to punch it in there with a QB sneak up the middle.
Puts them currently at 46-6. Looks like they're going to go for it for the 2 points conversion.
And we saw there Chase Sparks coming off the field. As he looks like he was in pain. Now Bethel JV now setting up for a 2-point conversion.
See if they can get it. See if Red Ravens can be getting this stop.
With the snap, it's going to be a pass play to the middle of the field.
And they got it.
2-point conversion there for Bethel Threshers. And we'll put 8 points up on the board. Now the score is 46-8.
And with the reception for the Bethel JV team, it's going to be number 80, Brent Hazelwood.
And with that, as we take a timeout here, we're going to send it on to commercial. You're watching Red Raven TV here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome back, everyone, here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
What a nice view of the stadium.
It's a bright and sunny day here in Coffeyville, Kansas.
Don't forget the next broadcast Wednesday night, Red Ravens volleyball.
Don't forget our next broadcast Wednesday night, Red Ravens volleyball, as they will be playing at 6:30 versus Allen County. Now to kick off for Bethel.
Looks like they're going to be kicking a pooch kick.
Number 31 to kick. Jerome Paludipai.
Either that or an onside. Let's see what he can get. And
with the ball, it looks like Terry Wright has the ball. Finds open room on the sideline. He's going.
he's gone.
He's taking it back.
10-5.
Touchdown, Ravens.
And just like we both mentioned earlier, give Terry a little bit of room. He's gone, just like on punt, how they would kick it out of bounds.
Multiple loose arm tackles there. As that proved way against Bethel. It's just one of those things that you have to meet them and contact them and just continue to hold on and eventually bring them down.
Definitely.
And that's just not what happened there.
Nope. Let's see if Pursley can get this extra point. Great snap. Great hold.
Kick is up. It's going to be good there, as that now makes a score 53-8 here with just about 55 seconds left in the first half. And as you can see this instant replay, Terry Wright scooping it right off the ground.
Cuts to the left, and he's gone.
Misses 2 tackles there, and as he's just able to kick it into another gear and fly downfield.
Terry Wright coming from Memphis, Tennessee.
He's definitely proven his worth in Coffeyville's offense throughout this season.
Definitely, and for a freshman, he's doing pretty well.
As far as this weekend around the conference, you see that Fort Scott Community College lost to Ellsworth Community College 32-14. Then Butler Community College, who we play this next Saturday, beat Dodge City 38-14. And then Hutchinson Community College beating Garden City 49-14. Another touchback there for the Red Ravens. And last but not least, Iowa Central Community College beating Highland barely 13-12. And then you have this game right here, Coffeyville Community College versus Bethel JV, which the score is right now 53-8.
55. .8 seconds left.
Now 1st and 10 for Bethel Threshers on the 25-yard line. Back in shotgun formation. 3 men out to the right side.
And another false start for the Red Raven defense.
A little eager there as that's number 54.
Carlos Taylor.
Which is now going to move the ball 5 yards upfield. Charles Johnson back there with number 28, Marquise Burnley. 3 men out to the right side. See what Bethel has planned here. Miscommunication between the center. As the quarterback's able to snag the ball there. It's going to be a major loss there for Bethel. And that was number 51 in the backfield. Connor
Cafis.
He's definitely putting the pressure on the quarterback as he chased him down and nearly took the ball away from the quarterback.
Definitely. Connor was actually recruited as a long snapper and became a different position. Second string long snapper.
Very versatile player. As Bethel's going to take a knee there and waste the clock out right on the half. It's now the score 53-8 here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
From this first half, what do you take out of this game? What do you feel Coffeyville has done well and what they can improve on?
I feel like that Coffeyville has done a tremendous job on the defensive front, right at the line of scrimmage. Their defensive line has been able to stop the running game for the most part out of Burnley as well as Johnson. There's a few read option plays that got away from them, but as a whole, Coffeyville's defense definitely been proving very sufficient in today's game. And then you have the rushing game definitely picking up for Coffeyville from Ladarius Johnson, Terry Wright, and all those others that have stepped up in today's game and just basically ran away with it.
And as a coach, what do you tell Bethel JV in the locker room?
Basically, as a coach, they have to keep their heads up and they have to be able to continue to push the ball and to drive, and the defense is going to have to definitely contain the outside more because that's where the majority of the runs are. And then as an offense, got to continue to be versatile.
Definitely. And now we see on the field the athletic director, Coach Flores, and the other head coach discussing with the referees.
We'll see what the plan of action is here. But as we head to the half, you're watching the Red Raven TV. This is at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Marching Band. Under the direction of Chris Goddard, the Marching Red Ravens are proud to be a part of your halftime entertainment. This week, we take it back in time with our version of You Really Got Me by the Kings. Featuring a trumpet solo by sophomore Bobby Van Fossen. It is the honor and privilege of the Marching Red Ravens to be joined on the field by our fantastic Ravens dance team as they perform to Gimme Some Lovin'. Let's hear it one more time for the Red Raven dance team. Wonderful job, ladies. To close out the halftime show, the band will perform a 1980s classic, 867-5309 by Tommy Two-Tone, featuring our saxophone section. 2015 Coffeyville Community College Red Raven Marching Band.
Yes, 10-minute quarters.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we come in here to second half here at the Veterans Memorial Stadium with your number 1 Coffeyville Red Ravens going up against the Bethel JV Threshers.
And with a score of 53-8, the Red Ravens are looking to kick off.
And after halftime deliberations, the quarters will now be cut down to 10-minute quarters, so the game can be shortened. Now Devin Ankdell up to kick. Another boot downfield.
Going to be 7-yard line.
As a little miss fumble there by the returner. With some help there, he's brought down there around the 17-yard line. With that being brought down, it'll be 1st and 10 for Bethel on the 17-yard line. Alex, what are going to be the keys of the game for Bethel to come back into this offensively?
Well, I think it'll be a tough one, but keep passing it in the air. I feel like that's going to be their key. I don't think their run game was working very well for them in the first quarter. So I think it's going to be passing game. What about you?
I completely agree with you. Go to the passing game. The passing game is the best option for them.
Passing game or read option?
As Johnson is brought down there in the backfield, is sacked for Coffeyville Red Ravens. Now bringing up 2nd and long for the Bethel Threshers. But back to our conversation, I just say that the passing and the read option are the best bets. That's what's proven successful so far in today's game.
What about for the Red Raven defense? What do you think they need to do to maintain the...
Well, for the Red Raven defense, a lot of struggles that they've had this year is against the passing game and against partly against the running game, but they have proven to get better over and over time, especially against the game against Fort Scott where they had much of a rushing attack against them.
Yeah.
And so now I feel that basically they just need to sharpen their skills both on the passing front as well as in the secondary when it comes to the running game and matching up. Now bringing up 3rd and long for Bethel JV. Now 3rd and long. We'll see what Charles Johnson has planned here as he leads his team leads his team from the huddle.
You know, it must be tough for the quarterback not to get, I guess, coming into the locker room with a 53-8 score for the quarterback. Try not to get too much into his head and just keep playing the game.
As a timeout there is called on the field. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching Red Raven TV. Welcome back from the commercial break as we get settled back here. Coffeyville currently leads 53-8 here at the start of the 3rd quarter. Bethel now back into shotgun formation for the trips out to the right side. Takes a snap. Charles Johnson with the pass. Running up the middle.
Oh, what a
hit.
hit.
Down hard and a fumble. As it's picked up there and carried back into the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens.
What a hit. What a tremendous hit. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. What a hit.
That made possible. That touchdown brought back there by number 17, Devin Boltman.
All I can say is what a hit.
What a hit. It's
amazing.
And that's one of the biggest things that's scary for teams is to set their quarterback on the run. And then you get players there waiting to make big hits just like that.
Yeah.
As we get here for the PAT. Persley with the kick. It's up. And it's good.
And let's look at the replay right here. Quarterback.
Johnson as he
Decides-
runs up the middle.
And
Is met hard right there.
wow, what a hit.
Taking off his feet there.
That hit was by number 20, Drew Lewis. Drew Lewis coming off of an injury. He was actually at the University of Washington and then came to Coffeyville here. But Drew Lewis is a Division I player. He's really well, and it's really good to see him coming back on the field. He also asked me to give him a shout-out to his parents, Will and Kimberly, who would be watching. So shout-out to his parents, Will, Kimberly, and Troy Lewis.
And that's one of the special things about Coffeyville is that we get players from Division I schools that come here and they play and they make it big here, and then they can readjust themselves in the Division I schools and get back on track academically.
Definitely. That was a big hit.
Congratulations to Lewis there.
Drew Lewis.
If you're following us on Twitter, go ahead and hashtag hitstick on that play. And now as Devin Ankdale gets ready to kick off. And the kick is up and it's sent far yet again.
Another touchback for Devin Ankdale out of Olathe, Kansas.
Now it'll be 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Score is now 60-8 with just 8 minutes to go into the third quarter. Johnson comes to the huddle. It trips out to the right side. And with Burnley right beside him. He takes a snap. Hands it off to Burnley.
Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. Looks like the quarterback wanted to keep it, but the running back
And that's one of
wanted
the
to keep it.
And that's one of the faults of the read option is that once you get confused, that it can either, in that moment, it can be very hurtful against you.
Yeah, definitely.
Now bringing up 2nd and long for Bethel. Johnson back to the huddle. Looks like they're going to go back into shotgun formation. Now doubles out to each side. Johnson with the snap. He's going to drop back for a pass. Sends it to the right side as a receiver is still on his feet. And as a whistle's blown, that's going to be a reception there by number 80. Brent Hazelwood. Now brings up 3rd and 6 for Bethel. Now coming up to the line. Now flipping it around. Now it strips out to the left side. Takes a snap. Drops back. Now rolling to the right side. He's going to send it out of bounds.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
4th and 6. Looks like Coffeyville's going to send out their special teams.
Looks like Carroll Williams going to try and return it if the punter kicks it to him, of course.
We'll see what happens here. As it's Johnson back to punt. Johnson takes a snap. The kick is sent downfield, and it's recovered there by Williams. Williams looking to run.
Good block. And brought down at
Brought down there at the 36-yard line by a host of Threshers. Now bringing up 1st and 10 for the Ravens on the 36-yard line. We'll see what offensive coordinator Coach Mirando has planned here. Now, do you run the ball here to run the timeout, or do you continue to build on the passing scheme and everything?
I'm going to say continue on the passing scheme. It's third quarter, 6 minutes left. I mean, although Coffeyville is leading by 52.
With a handoff there. He's got rooms. Williams on the run.
Guess I was wrong. JV on Williams.
Brought down at the 15-yard line. Coffeyville's not going to waste any time. They're bouncing right back into it with 2 men out to the right side. Takes a snap. Hands off to Williams again. Williams on the run. Still on his feet.
Will not go down. He will not go down.
As he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Ravens.
And we'll get a replay here shortly, but what a monster.
As he breaks multiple tackles on that play, he's able to skip into the end zone. Now brings out the kicking team.
And it just shows you how much depth they have at the running back position. The starting running back, Wesley Bullock. It wasn't starting today, but we have Javion Williams here. I mean, he's a really good running back.
And these are going to be proving key factors when we play Butler this Saturday. And the kick is up.
And the kick
is good.
Pursley on the kick.
As we go back to this instant replay, look how Williams gets this ball and how he's glancing all the time downfield.
Almost went down, but no, sir.
1, 2, 3 tacklers missed there. As Williams is able to get into the end zone.
Some strong legs there.
Now the score, Coffeyville leads 67-8 here with 5:35 left in the third quarter. Now back to kickoff. We see Devin Anctil up to kick. Devin's kicking game has definitely been good so far on the kicking team.
Definitely. A lot of touchbacks. It's good for a team would want to have a touchback. And
the kick is up. Looks like it's going to be a little short.
And out of bounds.
This is going to give Bethel good field position at the 35.
You know, although kickers only have one job, it does get a little bit tough for a kicker. There's a lot of factors that can go in it. The wind. Or on a field goal, the pressure, but it might have just been the wind.
Now, as a kicker, just talking about this, the NFL has changed their PAT as they backed up the kicker about 10 yards, I believe, in the NFL. How does that affect a kicker's range?
I think that the range. I mean, it's a 30-something PAT, but their value I think goes up because a field goal kicker is now seen as I think more reliable. I don't know. Because the PAT is from further out, and if you can make PATs from there, I don't know, I feel like you're more reliable. I don't know, I like the change. I felt like the PATs last year were too short. I like the PATs being a little bit longer from the 30. I don't know, you're not a kicker, but how do you feel about that? Do you feel, if you were an NFL coach, would you rather go for the 2-point conversion or kick the PAT?
Well, as an NFL coach, I would think that the biggest thing is easy points wherever you can get it. But I also think that adds to the skill level for a kicker because now they have to become it's not as an easy kick, and they have to become more versatile in their range and having to be able to put kick from a farther distance. And now as we see Johnson in the backfield scrambling around, sends it out of bounds. That's now going to bring up 3rd and long for Bethel JV. But I think that if you add more range to the kicking game, such as with the PATs, I think you'll see longer field goals. I think the NFL record right now is 67 yards, which is tied by 2 people.
Yeah.
And so adding more range to that, you may be able to see farther field goals by kickers.
Yeah, definitely.
Now with 3 men out to the right side, Johnson and Burley in the backfield. Read option play as Burnley takes the ball.
And brought down by number 20, Drew Lewis, once again.
Brought down in the backfield. Now it's going to bring a 4th and long. And Coffeyville again sending their special teams out with Williams in the back. And then we see number 15, Terry Wright, in mid formation there. We'll see if Johnson's able to power through the wind on this kick. Snap is up. Kick is out. And it's kicked out of bounds there. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Red Ravens and Bethel territory. Now Coffeyville with 1st and 10 in Bethel territory. The running game being very, very successful here for Coffeyville. I wouldn't be surprised to continue to see running games out of Williams and Johnson as well as Wright.
Williams. Oh, you already mentioned Williams, right?
Right. And now Johnson in the backfield. Takes a snap. Hand.
Oh, read option.
On a read option there for Murphy as he's brought down there.
I think he held on to the ball a little too long. The running back.
That causing a confusion in the backfield. It's now going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Red Ravens.
Second down and 11.
Murphy with the snap. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson has room. Lowers his shoulder and is able to gain about 10 yards on the carry. It's going to bring out 3rd and 1. With a snap. Fakes a read option to Johnson. Takes the ball for himself, and Cole Murphy. What speed as he just runs into the end zone.
Oh, definitely. Saw that one.
Cole Murphy kicking it into another gear.
We'll see the replay in a bit, but that's the 2nd touchdown he has today's game.
What a run there by Cole Murphy. Definitely showing some speed there.
It's a great way to come back after an injury.
And that's something that you see being added more into the quarterback position is more of a running game and more speed added there with like quarterbacks in the NFL right now, Colin Kaepernick and Cam Newton. Even with Michael Vick, you see the running game continuing to be pressed up from the quarterback position as the PAT is good.
And here we have the replay. They sold it. And good blocks. And he's gone.
As Bethel's not able to keep up with Cole Murphy. The score now is 74-8 here in the 3rd quarter.
2:38 left. 92.
So we have to score 10 more points. Is that we have 82 points and we have 92 viewers.
Now setting up for kickoff. Here's Devin Ankdell.
I have a feeling it's going to be a touchback.
Kick is up.
And it's a touchback.
Just like you said, a touchback. Now that's going to put the Bethel JV at the 25-yard line, giving them 1st and 10.
I know I've asked you this a lot, but as a coach for Bethel, what do you tell your defense or your offense?
Defensive-wise, you just got to tell them it's like, hey, you have to wrap up and you have to hold on. Coffeyville has a tremendous running game, and they have tremendous athletes that will be able to shuck you if you are not holding on tight. And that's been the downfall of Bethel's defense. Offensive-wise, attack the air and don't be afraid to take chances. The one drive that they scored on, they took many chances, and that's proved into their favor. You got to gamble a little bit to win. And on that carry, that's able to gain about 5 yards, and now bringing up 2nd and 5.
And the quarterback's been taking a couple hits for Bethel this game.
Absolutely. He's not shying away as he's now coming into the huddle.
You know, although it has been a comfortable game for Coffeyville, they did not take this game lightly in practice. They've been practicing as it would be any other game. And They just have to keep working because next week it's going to be a tough one.
Absolutely. As Burnley is on the run there, he's going to be brought down on the left side and able to gain about 2 yards on the carry. Now bringing up 3rd and 3 for the Threshers. And that's one of the things that one of the things about Coffeyville that makes them an elite team is that they take each game one at a time. You saw that against Iowa Western. You saw that against Hutchinson. You saw them as they've played everybody so far, even though that some of them have been really close games. It's one game at a time, one victory, and that's why they're number 1 in the nation.
Yeah, and Coach Flores almost every day talks about adversity and how we were able to come back and win against the number 1 team in the nation, Iowa Western, or the number 3 team in the nation, Iowa Western, the first game. And he just always talks about how we just have to take each game one step at a time. And I feel like the team has gotten closer as a family, and we just have great team chemistry, and I think that's part of the reason why we end up winning a lot of the games.
And now bringing up 1st and 10 for Bethel off of that run play there by Burnley. Now on the 40-yard line. Now sending out trips to the right side.
He's brought down.
Brought down close to the line of scrimmage there.
And the defense is giving no mercy to the offense. They keep going hard. Keep going at it.
And that's one of the things about Coffeyville's defense is that they play like every down is the last down. And that everything that they do, they always bring intensity to practices, and they're always showing each and every day that they get better.
And with that said, let's see if they can bring the intensity onto the fourth quarter. End of the third.
Coffeyville currently leads 74-8 as we get ready for the fourth. Welcome back, everyone. It's now 2nd and 10 for Bethel JV on the 40-yard line. Here in the fourth quarter, as we start at 74-8, we'll see what Bethel's offense has planned here. Takes a snap. As Johnson runs with the ball, he's able to gain a few on the play there. Gains about 3 yards on the carry. It's now bringing up 3rd and 7.
Result of the play, 3rd down and 7 from the 43.
Johnson breaking the huddle. Sends 3 men out to the left side. Takes a snap, hands it off.
And he's brought down, but he got the first down.
Good carry there. As that for Simon there, looks like it's going to move the chains. Now bringing up 1st and 10 for the Bethel Threshers.
With 8:51 left in the fourth quarter, I think we'll get back to the dorms in time to watch the Royals game.
Johnson with the read option. Takes it and able to gain a few yards. Now bringing up 2nd and 9 for Bethel. Here we go as we see 3 heading out to the right side. Excuse me, 3 heading out to the left side now. With Johnson in the backfield with Burnley. Takes a snap, drops it back. He's going to drop deep as he fires it out.
Caught, just out of bounds.
It's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for the Threshers. We'll see what Charles Johnson has planned here with his offense.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 9 from the 48.
Able to waste a lot of time here in the 4th quarter. Bethel's done a pretty good job as of yet to control the clock here in the 4th quarter. Able to waste around 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Looks like it's going to be on timeout.
There's going to be a timeout against Bethel. As they take a timeout, we're going to take one as well. You're watching Red Raven TV here at Coffeyville Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome back, viewers. This is now 3rd and 9 for Bethel. Takes a snap, drops back. Johnson with the ball. To the right side.
Oh!
As it's nearly picked off there by the Red Ravens.
Johnson's pass incomplete. Intended for Price.
Now bringing up 4th and long
4th down and 9.
for the Threshers. It's going to make Charles Johnson up to kick.
Out of bounds, of course.
As they've done all day, we'll see what happens here. With the punt, it's up. And out of bounds yet again.
It's been a great day.
So far it has. It's a beautiful Sunday out here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Coffeyville currently leads 74-8.
Great weather, a little breeze. Feels like it's starting to get into the fall season. I mean, we're already in fall, but the weather's been all right.
Looks like Murphy's going to come back out to play quarterback with 2 men out to his right. We'll see what happens here. Takes a snap. Hands it off. As the running back's brought down there, he's able to gain about 8 yards on the carry. That's number 24 on the carry. McCray.
Armand.
Now it's 2nd and 2. Murphy with the snap. Hands it off yet again. And it looks to be Amon McCray on the carry again. He's able to move the chains. It's now 1st down for the Red Ravens. Takes a snap. Hands it off.
Armand again.
With the ball. He's got open room.
He's gone.
He's taking off.
20.
To the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Red Ravens. An impressive run there. That's about a 67-yard touchdown there by McRae.
What a great game it's been for the Red Ravens secondary.
As as McRae takes off there, and now it's the kicking team is out.
Pursley.
Pursley up to kick.
Good snap. Good hold.
The kick is up. And it's good. Coffeyville leads 81-8 here in the fourth quarter with about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. And here's that instant replay. Look.
He almost got caught, but
as the defender just misses his shoelaces barely. McRae gets into the end zone. What a run as he's able to find open room.
yeah. And at this time, I'd like to give a shout out to our viewers.
So thank you for watching today's event as it now gets set up for kickoff here.
Viewers from Kansas, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Cleveland, North Carolina. We'd like to thank all of you for watching.
And now as Devin Axel gets ready up to kick the ball off.
What a great kick.
As it's into the wind. Bethel brought down there at the 25-yard line. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Now as Bethel's offense gets settled up here. Johnson with the snap. Another read option as he's able to dive for a couple yards. We'd like to take the time to thank our crew for today's broadcast. Cameraman Drew Harmon, producer Reina Garcia, executive producer and program director Rocky Restivo, and the CCC president Linda Moley for today's broadcast. Now bringing up 2nd and 9 for Bethel JV.
And shout out to Mr. Dirk for working the chains out there.
Another Red Raven TV broadcaster. Is now it's going to be a loss of yards there for the Bethel JV.
In a quick update from Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs are leading 17-12 in the fourth quarter with 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
Now 3rd and 10 for the Threshers. We'll see what goes on here with 3 men out to the left side. And another read option play as Johnson's able to gain about 2 yards on the carry. It's now going to bring up. Going to be bringing up 4th and 7 there.
Carroll Williams to receive.
That's going to put Johnson back to kick yet again. Johnson back to kick. Takes a snap. And it's up in the air. Gets help from the wind. Now Williams with the ball. Taking it to the right side. following his blocks as he's able to run out of bounds there. Williams with a good run there. That's now going to put him up. That's now going to give Coffeyville 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. Cole Murphy back for quarterback. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Ladarius Johnson. He's going to run it up the middle and be brought down. But not before he's able to gain about 5 yards on the carry. Cole Murphy back for the snap, takes it, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson to the right side as he spins around. Brought down. That's Darius Johnson on the carry, but he's brought down, but is able to gain the 1st and 10 for the Red Ravens. Waiting from the play from assistant coach Travis Young. With the snap. Hands off. That's number 88. Number 88, Jonah Freeze on the reception there. Gets the play as Murphy drops back yet again. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson finding room.
And he's gone.
Touchdown, Red Ravens. Another touchdown there for the Red Ravens. As that now puts the score up 87-8. With the PAT team out on their way.
Chris Myers to snap, Devin Ankto to hold, and Michael Persley to kick.
The kick is up. And it's good. Now the score leads 88-8. Flashback to this instant replay. Watch as Ladarius Johnson takes the ball from Murphy and slides right between the gap there. And is able to get into the end zone. He doesn't even look like he's running. He just looks like he's gliding across the field.
Makes it smooth. He's smooth. He's graceful. Effortless.
Now with 1:23 left to go in the fourth quarter, Coffeyville leads 88-8. We'll see what happens here on kickoff. As we see number 6 holding the ball because of the wind, that's Steven Montack. And Devin Ankdale up to kick. The kick is up. Wind working against him. Brought down there. Brought down by a swarm of Ravens. Mitch will now bring the ball 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. 3 men out to the left side. Looks like Bethel's going to stay in the shotgun formation. Johnson with the snap. Hands it off to Burnley. He's got moves. As he's able to dive out of bounds. He's got a 1st and 10 there for Bethel JV.
You got to give them credit. They're not giving up. A minute with 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they're still going at it.
Now 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. Johnson in the backfield with 3 men to his left. Takes a snap. He's going to read option and take the ball for himself. Brought down there by number 20.
Drew Lewis.
Now bringing up 2nd and 7 for Bethel JV as time continues to wander down. Johnson in the backfield. Takes a snap. Hands it off. As Burnley's dancing around with the defensive line. But is brought down there.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you take out of this game, Chase?
Basically what you take out of this game is that the depth that Coffeyville has is outstanding. And that no matter who they put out on the field, they're going to get their best effort from that player.
How does Bethel move on after this game? What steps do they take to not get their spirits down and keep going, keep fighting?
Bethel JV moves on from this game by realizing the mistakes that they made, realize that they can pass the ball, and realize that when it comes back to defense, is that they're going to have to work on tackling and work on wrapping up and bringing down a player.
And for Coffeyville, how do they take this game into next game? What do you think this was a confidence booster for them for next game? Do you think this was just another game? What should Coffeyville take out of this game for next week's game against the number 3 team in the nation, Butler?
What Coffeyville needs to take out of this game to prepare themselves for the huge game against Butler is that even though that the score was ran up 88-8, that it's the little things that they're going to have to do to be able to pull out a win against such a great team as Butler. The different things that didn't work in their favor today, such as maybe some of the screen passes that they took, maybe that they need to work on that aspect and close off those areas to the inside as they let their receivers bounce to the right side.
Lots of offsides.
Lots of penalties. Coffeyville's going to have to do a lot better job of that. They have had multiple penalties on the season, and that's going to multiple penalties against Butler will not work in their favor.
But overall, can't complain about today's win.
Can't complain. A win is a win as Coffeyville takes a win on today, 88-8 against Bethel JV. You're watching Red Raven TV. I'm Chase Owen,
and I'm Alex Sanchez.
Thank you, viewers, for watching.
Have a great afternoon.
Test live.